I hope it works now.
How is work on?
I don't know, I didn't pick the call. Wait, who was calling? Hey guys, can you see me? The issue was they couldn't see me and I didn't know that. I switched to mobile data. So if you can see me, please just comment and say yes. Please. Let me try add her. Okay guys, a quick one before she comes back. So for me, I wanted to give some tips on social media, and I learned a few things the past couple of months, so I wanted to share. First of all, the problem that I used to do before when it comes to doing like real videos, I used to just use the Instagram camera for that, and then I switched to using just my phone camera, and then editing. For editing, I didn't use also the Reels editing, so I had to find like apps on the App Store to be able to do that. And I've tried a couple of apps that were working before, but not that perfectly until I came across UCut. For UCut, the good thing about it is you can download your videos in 4K. You download your videos in 4K and it's free. So for most of these apps, you find that you have to pay. So I pay for not UCut. I pay for other editing videos, and I also pay for animated stories. You know, sometimes I create like some stories and it's animated and stuff like that, so I pay for that, and they charge approximately, maybe you find that it's like $10 a year, or lifetime you can find that it's like $25. So $25, yeah, that's like 2,500. So I pay for some of these apps, and I found that doing reels is what actually brought people to my page, as opposed to paying for ads. Paying for ads really didn't help me in any way, to be honest. Um, so I would advise, if you have a social media page, if it's for business or personal use or just for fun, just do more videos, do more real videos and just post them. And it doesn't matter if it's 1 minute or 30 seconds or 15 seconds, as long as it's something interesting, something that will, is going to captivate the audience, something that is in high quality. Like most of my videos, I edit them in 4K, and that's it is using UCut. You can find it on Play Store. So I edit them in 4K, and I also use like some editing apps for my photos. The app that I can recommend is Visco, VSCO, Visco, and Canva. Canva is also really good, so I use most of the time those two when I want to edit pictures for my Instagram page. Before, I used to use Planoly. Planoly is basically an app where you can do a feed preview, right? You go to the app, and then if you want your page to like be aesthetically pleasing, so you just go to the app and upload your photos. Say for example, this week you're doing a green themed, maybe aesthetic. So you just post your photos on the app, and then you'll be able to see how your page is going to look like. So I used to do that before, and nowadays I just post randomly. Nowadays I don't do that. I just post randomly, and I try to post like to do posts that is reflecting what's going on in my life or my day-to-day life. So yes, I will advise that. I realize most people don't know that when you're doing like a real video, you don't have to like take videos with the Instagram app. You can actually take it with your phone. Another feature is okay, for me, like there's a video that I shot was 10 minutes long, but I Sorry about that. I hope you're back. So I shot that video. It was 10 minutes long, but when I went to edit it on UCut, I made the video to be like 18 seconds. It's 18 seconds long. I didn't cut anything. I just used the speed feature. So that's what I do most of the time. So yeah, for editing, I would yes. No, I'm using it. So anyway, so for photo editing, I would advise you try Visco or Canva, and then um, just a minute. So something important when you are editing your video, your photo, sorry, I like to use the sharpen feature. So you just sharpen your photo to like 50%. Um, because when you post on Instagram, it just it spoils your resolution. So you sharpen your image to like 50%, and yeah, so you just play around with the contrast, with the whatever they have they're provided for you. And they also have an option for filters where you can just tap on any filter and see if that works for you. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about when it comes to the apps that I use. And I realized hashtags are very important. I didn't used to use hashtags, or rather, I used to maybe only use one or two hashtags. And the trick about hashtags is don't use hashtags that are commonly used, or you find that hashtag has been used like 10 million or 50 million times. So try to get hashtags that are used less than a million, so that way most people are going to see your post, because chances of your post ending up at the top of the explore page are really low when you because there's too much competition. So I would advise you just stick with hashtags that are below 1 million, that haven't been used a lot. So that's the trick that I learned. And another thing that I learned is, just because your post didn't do well like months ago or even weeks ago, it doesn't mean you can't use it again. So even with my videos, you find that sometimes when I'm editing, I use an old video and a recent video. I just mix them up together. Sometimes I'm out walking and I have part of that video in my reels. So that's the trick. Just because you used it before and it didn't get that much response doesn't mean you can't use it again. So you post it again. I have a photo I posted and it didn't even get 50 likes. I don't think so. And when I posted that photo again, it got almost 800 likes, and 200 and something saved, like people saved that post, and I got like 500 and something followers from only that one post. So you can imagine. Don't think that just because you posted that photo before, you can't do it again. Just do it again, because now you have new followers, and Instagram algorithm is messed up. So one day this post is not doing good, the next day is doing good. So that's the trick I learned about using hashtags. And also to share when you're sharing on your stories, like for example, you have that post and you're like, you want to share on your stories. Because I find that I have so many people viewing my stories. That's why I like to post there a lot. And what I do when I share there on my stories, I like to put also hashtags. You can't see them because I use like the smallest font, and then I make it smaller. So you just put the hashtags that relate to your posts, or a hashtag that you don't have to put one. You can even put 10 or 20 hashtags, and that that photo or that post is going to get more people on the explore page, and they're going to come to your, it just brings traffic to your page. If you've seen my stories, I always share like my insights, and my insights, I saw a change from December before Christmas, the day before Christmas, to now, because that's what I was doing. I mean, I was staying up watching some videos on YouTube of some YouTubers, that content creators, sorry, that are from the States. So one of them shared that idea of using hashtags in your stories, and you don't have to, people don't have to see the hashtags. And when I did that, I found that every time I did that, that post that I shared on the stories and that's on my feed will get very, a huge response. So yeah, so that's what I decided to do, and I saw some changes, and it's amazing because my impressions in the past 30 days are almost 1 million, which is crazy. Because before, my impressions didn't even get to 1,000. I mean, I was just posting and relying on the people that I like follow me to, like or comment and stuff like that. So I realized that's not how it works. And most of the time, it doesn't mean that, for example, if you have like 10,000 followers or 50,000 or even 500, doesn't mean all of them are going to see the post. Um, so the algorithm is really crazy. So you have to do all this extra stuff just for your post to be seen. So right now, I don't believe in sponsoring posts. I don't, because I find that every time that I used to like sponsor a post, my insights will just drop drastically. So I realize that's the tactics that they're using. They want you to spend more money, so you'll be like, oh, how come my page is not getting traffic? How come I'm getting less and less followers? So I stopped doing that, because you spend a lot of money, you get frustrated because you link your Instagram to your Facebook. It was just crazy. So when I learned these tricks, I saw that it worked. And yeah, I mentioned about doing the reels. Just do the reels, anything that you're doing. If you're an artist, in makeup artist, a painter, whatever you're doing, just have your tripod. I mean, like right now, I have my tripod and my ring light. Those are the two things that I invested in. I invested first in the ring light, but it's not. I realize it's not that good of a quality, but I bought another tripod, and I have a small tripod for when I'm doing videos, maybe on the table or in the kitchen. So yeah, so you have to make an investment. And I also have a mic. I wanted to use it today, but I realized if I use it, I won't be able to hear the other person. So I'm also open to answering any questions, anybody that's here and wants to ask questions. And yes, all those questions you send in my DMs, all those pictures you send me, asking me to give you advice on what to do in your bedroom or living room, or in your space, you can ask me right now, and I'll be able to answer when I see the questions. So basically that's it. And my page, I've shared that yesterday. My page was a business page. So it was a business page since like 2018, I think. 2018, and I just changed it to my like a more personal deco page last year, mid last year, because I realized people kept asking, kept loving the. I used to share on my stories only. I didn't used to share on my feed. So I realized people loved you know loved the like my home when I shared the bits and pieces. So that's why I decided to change it and make it a place where I share my home. And currently, I'm working on my home. Basically, is my bedroom and the living room. My bedroom and the living room. And most of you guessed right that I'm going to go with neutral colors or nude colors. That's what I want. And I was going to go with gold, and then most of you like got that right, or you are like you're going to go with gold. So I didn't want to be predictable. Then I switched to silver. So now Yeah, I'm going to have silver in my home. I don't really like silver, but this year I just want to do things that, you know, yeah. So basically that's it. I don't know if Rosa is going to join me again because I really wanted us to talk about this topic. Okay, another thing I wanted to share. She's actually from France, but she lives in France, but she's from Algeria. She's from Algeria, and there's some stuff we wanted to talk about. For me, sometime last year, I actually changed my religion, so I'm a Christian right now. And there's some things we wanted to discuss. I met her through a friend of mine, and we realized there's so many things that people can shove in your ears or try to put you down, even family or friends, and it can affect your growth. You can start not believing in yourself, or it can affect you psychologically. Oh, Morocco. Sorry. I don't know why I keep accepting, but yeah. So it can affect you psychologically. So I changed my religion and I identify as a Christian right now, and I picked the name Naomi. So I picked Naomi, and I love the meaning of that name. Not many people know that. Not many people know that I changed last year, and it's a lot that I would like to share with people, and maybe I don't know, maybe it's going to inspire someone or help someone, because so far um, I love the growth. I love the person that I'm becoming. I'm, yeah, I don't need someone to tell me they're proud of me, but I'm so proud of myself. Okay, welcome back. Can you see me?
I am
Hi,
Mom.
bonjour.
Angela.
I'm so sorry. I always confuse because I always confuse because you remind me of my auntie. She's from Algeria.
No problem. Les Algériens sont tous nos frères.
She's from Morocco. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome. Il y a mon manager qui va traduire.
Huh?
Merci.
Can you see
Par
me
contre,
now?
t'es trop belle. T'es trop belle.
Oh, you look
Oh,
very beautiful.
merci. Okay, say et toi?
You too, says you too. You're
Et
beautiful.
toi, et toi?
Ah, d'accord. Merci.
Okay.
Attends.
So you can share your experience and what you would like, women to know.
Moi, en fait, je suis laïque, entre guillemets. Laïque. La laïcité. Je porte toutes les religions dans mon cœur. Elle m'aime beaucoup.
She says she does not have religion. She's just a free woman. She believes in all religion. She does not have a particular religion. She prefers to be a free woman. But she believes in God, but not religion.
Ah, okay. Okay.
C'est laïque.
Okay.
Il y en a agnostique,
So
mais
I have a question. What is your experience as a new mom? You're a new mom now with a small baby. What is your experience so far? What can you say about that?
ah oui, c'est la joie, c'est le bonheur. être maman, c'est quelque chose de beau. C'est de porter un bébé. Tu donnes la vie à un bébé, tu donnes la vie à un être humain. Il n'y a pas mieux, en fait. C'est des sentiments à sentir et je crois que vous comprenez ce que je veux dire. C'est
It's
difficile à expliquer.
she says experience you cannot you you cannot explain, but it's a beautiful thing to give somebody life. It feels so
Yeah.
good knowing that knowing that something grew out of you and you gave out a good seed that you have a uh, to give your life to somebody. It's something you cannot explain. That's what she says.
Ah, yeah, that's true. It is. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience. For me, my son is older right now. He's like he's 11 right now. So, yeah, but I still remember when he was a baby. I actually want him to go back to being a baby.
Maintenant, c'est comme sa fille est devenue bébé encore.
Ah oui, je comprends.
She understands. She understands very well.
Je comprends parce que
Okay.
j'ai 2 enfants.
She understands because she has 2 children.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Okay,
C'est difficile à
and what
expliquer, franchement, mais toujours quand on a un enfant, on a envie d'un autre enfant, en fait. Parce que des fois, c'est difficile pour les mamans à profiter autant avec beaucoup de temps avec leurs enfants ou leurs bébés quand ils sont nés. Des fois, il y a beaucoup de gens, des fois sur le travail, où il y a des problèmes familiaux, des problèmes de l'entourage et le stress, l'angoisse, des fois aussi pendant la grossesse, c'est difficile. Et après l'accouchement, surtout que c'est césarien, c'est encore très triste. Surtout la femme qui est toute seule. Et après, on s'adapte, on est forte. On est forte, les femmes.
She says sometimes it's lonely if you have only one child. Sometimes you want to have more children because sometimes you have trouble with the family and people like that. But when you have children, they become your main focus, and you don't feel lonely. Sometimes it's very hard. Like in her experience, she had cesarean, but it's a mark that she lived with, and she's happy to be a woman, somebody's mother.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Mais entre
Okay, I don't
guillemets,
know explain to you. Yeah.
merci à la France, il nous aide beaucoup.
She's thankful for France, yeah, for the freedom she has.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Il y a des droits de l'homme et ça, c'est très bien. Parce que même si tu travailles ou voilà, mais quand tu as un problème, tu restes pas autonome. Alors, ça, c'est des bons choix. Merci, la France.
In France, even though you work very hard and all that, but there are human
Vraiment
rights.
de la merde.
There are human rights, and she's happy that she enjoys the freedom that she has today as a woman, compared like to where she comes from.
Ah, okay. So if you were back home, it would have been different compared to where you are right now.
Quand tu étais au Maroc, c'est peu difficile par rapport ici en France.
Oui, bien sûr, oui,
Yeah,
bien sûr. C'est une grande différence. Ça n'a rien à voir.
of course,
Euh, c'est difficile pour travailler et c'est difficile pour mettre ton enfant à la crèche. Déjà, entre guillemets, parce que il n'y a personne qui va t'aider. C'est haram, haram de divorcer parce que les voisins, parce que la tante, parce que l'oncle, parce que tati, patata. Et ils oublient que leur enfant ou leur fille, qu'ils souffrent dans tout ça. Et ils s'en foutent, c'est que les voisins.
Oh,
Mon enfant, qu'est-ce
so
qu'ils disent les autres?
you don't
she
have
says
freedom to do something.
there are so many restrictions back home. She says it's most things they are haram. The neighbors, the neighbors, they see a point of view. They see everything they see is restrictions. But here now she's a free woman. Of course, there's a difference. There's a difference.
Et il n'y a pas
Okay,
de
I can relate to
il n'y a
that.
pas
I can understand that. I can
de
understand.
Yeah, the government doesn't like it when a woman is free and there's no help whatsoever for a woman.
Yeah.
Non.
But the government of France encourages women to be herself.
Okay, that's great. That's great. But I understand because you are influenced also with like Muslim culture, and where I'm from also at the coast is the same. That's why I moved from there to come to Nairobi, because when I came to Nairobi, I started doing modeling first, and back home they were really against that. So I understand what you mean by that. So they were really against that. It's something that the religion doesn't allow, of course, and my family never supported me in that when I was doing that for so many years. So I get what you mean by freedom. And what I can say is right now I am unlearning so many things that when you come into this world, from the moment you come out from your mom's womb, you are just fed everything, information, food, blah blah blah. So you don't have time to like think for yourself. So as you grow older, you realize some things that when you grew up with them, telling you, or even the society telling you, you realize so many things didn't make sense. So you have to unlearn what you were taught
Yeah.
and just think for yourself as an adult. Yeah.
Exactement.
Mm.
Il a changé tout maintenant, le livre.
Oui, tout à fait d'accord avec toi. On est né libre. Dès qu'on est sorti de le ventre de nos mamans, c'est pas pour. On ne suit, c'est normal, pour vivre notre vie, notre propre vie, qu'on soit soi-même. Comme, bon, entre guillemets, je suis Rachel, bah, je veux être Rachel, quoi. Je veux pas être d'autres personnes ou suivre les coutumes et les traductions, les cultures de d'autres personnes. Je veux être moi-même.
She agrees with you like 100%. From the day you're born, you're supposed to be free. You're supposed to be a free woman. From the time you're born, everybody has to be free, right? And there's nothing like freedom, in fact.
There's nothing like freedom.
She
Yeah.
agrees with you.
Je vais dire,
And it's
je
like
ne veux pas mourir en contrefaçon.
She does not want to die. She does not want to die in bondage. She wants to be
she
free.
doesn't want to.
Je veux mourir original.
She wants to die original. She does not want to die in bondage.
Et toi aussi, hein?
And she wishes you the same.
Yes, I'm actually the same. Like I'll give an example of what I'm doing right now in terms of my business, or um I'm into painting, I'm into drawing as well, and I need one overhead.
Bien sûr,
Okay, I'm into doing those things.
la liberté.
I'm into doing those things, and because I don't know, in my like growing up, I was